When you open the project, the very first thing that we need to do is building the project. Because in this way, we are linking all the libraries that has been produced by cubemx. When we build it, they're connected. Our main C is in application user core. Open it by double clicking on it. Then scroll down to reach main, and we're going directly to our while loop. I'm going to write my code here. Push button was connected to pin B11, so I write if HAL GPIO read pin. We have to specify GPIO. It is GPIO B, and then we need to specify the pin number. The GPIO pin 11. What am I doing here? I want the microcontroller does something for me whenever the push button was pressed. So whenever it reads this pin, understand it is pressed, it is getting data, the data is 1, it is on. So if GPIO was pressed, I could write if I have GPIO read pin and its arguments equal to 1, but I don't need to do this by just writing if. It does everything for us. And if you've forgotten the syntax of this read pin, by clicking here, all the functions that you can use have been listed here. They have been provided by a cubemx code generator. You have to come to STM32 F1XX, have GPIO, and you could find the functions. Read pin, toggle pin, write pin, and by double clicking on them, you could see what you need to specify for them. For example, GPIO C, GPIO A, and etc. and GPIO pin. Here we use GPIO read. We need to specify GPIO type, which is B here, and GPIO pin. And we've connected our push button to GPIO pin 11. So let's get back to our main C. Let's save the codes, what we've written so far, by pressing Ctrl S. So if the push button was pressed, HAL GPIO write pin, GPIO B, GPIO pin 12. If the push button was pressed, I want the first LED be turned on. How much do I want it to last? And delay, yeah. Half a second may be a good option, or 500 milliseconds. Let's build the project, GPIO write. By pressing comma, it shows what you need to specify for this. It has said too few arguments to function call. Expected 3, but I've provided 2 arguments for it. We must provide 1, 0, GPIO pin set, reset, and etc. As you can see, the first one is GPIO type def, which we have clarified, GPIO pin, and we have to say the pin state. It could be GPIO pin set and reset, 0 or 1, both work properly. I want to use 1. I just press 1. Or I could write GPIO pin set. Yeah. And both methods work properly. I prefer this one because it is provided by the HAL libraries, and of course you could use 1 and 0 as well if you are too lazy and you don't want to write. I want it to turn off immediately. HAL GPIO write pin, GPIO B, GPIO pin 12, GPIO pin reset or 0, and then I want the second LED to turn on immediately without any delays, instantly. And the next pin number was B13 and GPIO right pin. I could simply copy this piece of code, Control C, Control V. I just need to change the number of pin, which is 13. What is this piece of code doing? After turning the LED on and it lasts for half a second, and then it turns it off, and instantly without any delay it turns the next LED on for half a second and then turns it off. Now I want to do it for the third LED, so again Control V. Again I just need to change the number, B14. Let's save the code. Yeah, and closing the end, finished. Our if statements are finished, and let's save it. And what else if the push button is not pressed? Simply we don't want the microcontroller to do anything for us. Let's build the project to see if we have any syntax error. Perfect, 0 errors, 0 warnings. And just as the final tip for this session, if you were writing, for example, GPIO write GPIO, this page was not shown for you, for example, by clicking this, but you wanted to see your suggestions, press Ctrl plus spacebar, and again this window is shown for you and you could see the suggestions. For example, I want to find GPIO write pin and I've forgotten I have to write HAL before anything else. I write GPIO write, and the window is not shown. I just simply press Ctrl space and again write pin. It suggests me the related options. So we're done for this movie. We just need to upload this program to our microcontroller and test whether it works or not. Let's test it.